to the boys.
Woo! Oh, I fucked.
What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be putting the motor in and hopefully not watching an accident. If you guys are digging these like Hassport VTech Academy type star videos, because like I said, I'm broke. I'm still waiting on these stupid jobs. Job market down here sucks balls right now. AD is witness to that. So I'm trying, guys. But if you guys are not enjoying this, sorry. I'm doing my best to put out content. But today we're going to be trying to swap this motor. Not fully swap it, but put the motor physically in a couple different engine bays and kind of see what it fits in. A few people actually said that the front end missing on the Type R looks pretty sick. I think it looks kind of like a Subaru.
Oh, hi, sir.
What's going on?
What's up?
We missed you.
That's what I was told.
I had to fill in for you. I made bad puns.
You brought somebody else. Some really good ones yesterday. And I actually want to do like a pitch video, but I want to trademark the phrase first.
Try number one. What is it?
UK hatch with nothing in it.
That's what I'll be posting.
So Chris, if you want to get all artistic and stuff like that, that's going to be tight. Now, we know that this other kid has actually been notched his frame.
Yeah, that was your job. That's what I was telling you. So, good job.
Still coming down?
You had one job. Wow, like it looks like it's fitting really well, actually.
Glove like?
Yeah. Okay, so now.
Except for maybe on the headlight there. Whoa. Are we touching anything yet? Not yet.
Gonna hit.
Like a glove.
It's like a J series.
That's extra cooling.
All right, so right now we have ground clearance that's real similar to a K series, but obviously the hood's not even close to closing. Let's take a look and see what's hitting.
But I mean, it's in there.
Yeah, it's in the mold.
Yeah.
The weave.
Man, speaking of weave,
You gonna get one?
no, but in elementary school, this girl would, every other week she'd have long hair and have short hair, and I was like, how is this possible? How does she have long hair this week and short hair this week? It doesn't make any sense.
Her mom was experimenting.
Years later, it was unbelievable to me what was going on.
Unbelievable!
Got him!
We don't need to take this from you.
Is that just the sun that's warped that so bad?
I think it's because of the way
Oh,
we
'cause we
pulled
don't have
out.
it.
There's a
Right.
piece that goes under and over or something.
Got it.
There
That's what it
appears.
is.
There it is.
So K20C swapped EK is definitely doable.
Definitely doable.
Got a little bit of room to work with. Got plenty of room back
Here's,
there.
well, here's where the problem is right here.
Seems it's a little more forward than the normal K series.
Got to trim the hood up to make this fit because the way it sits, if you put it up higher, right now it's got, like Brian said, J series ground clearance. So there's no really probably won't be having too much fun with this setup, but If it's sitting up higher with the K-series ground clearance, then the hood is completely in the way. So, gotta trim it up a bit. Looks kind of like an RSX from this angle.
Oh, it does. If you put them in profile and stand far enough back, they're almost identical.
So this is this big old ugly wheel coverings back here.
Right. The wheel coverings and the boat tail are
Yeah.
the things that are different. Now it's got the taper on the back.
So if you guys can't tell already, it's Insight, car number 2.
Back here.
Doesn't fit.
Yeah, the axle wouldn't even go in at all because the subframe gets in the way of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little bit too big.
so it's like super skinny.
You know what's interesting is, and it won't work on this because of this. If you take a V6 and you tilt it, you can put it in this car.
Oh yeah.
Small dogs, small brains. Like two emotions, hungry and fear.
Look at the EF. Are you chalking on the CRX? I don't think it's gonna fit.
Yeah, but it's fun.
That looks. You're gonna have to take off.
We'll have to take off the car. Yeah.
You have to take this
We'll have
thing
to pull
out.
all the suspension and the frame rails, and then see if it fits. Okay, on that side.
Literally looks as big as the entire front end.
I know. But you know, there's a V6 EF sitting out there, you know, that looked like it probably wouldn't have worked out either. Like when you set the J up to the EF for the first time, were you thinking it was going to work out?
Stop.
What do we got? Oh, the back stuff. Let's pull it forward for the moment. We'll get up over top of the subframe and then go back again.
So is it already a no-go?
It's looking like it might be, but
So it's doable, but with some extensive modification, is what you're saying?
Yeah. It's going to require some
well, I
pretty
mean,
big
just think
modifications.
about the accessories not being here. Somebody should be producing an exhaust manifold for this thing, you know, soon.
So if somebody's going straight race car with it and not trying to keep the like the AC and all the other crap, then it's probably a lot easier.
I think if with some modifications the way the turbo setup is, I think it's doable. I don't know that it's I don't know that it's easy, but it's doable.
Got the EG up next, and I think this one will fit better. Got plenty of room in this one.
So what we have right now is we have an EG we're going to try this into. This EG is a little bit different than the other one. The other one had the EK with the EG subframe had a DC2 power steering rack in it. This is the EG power steering rack. It's got this big piece on the bottom. I don't know if that's going to interfere with our differential. At the moment, it seems to me that the engines are going to kind of sit forward. I think, by the way, one of the solutions to getting these things fit is to trim this part of the subframe away. So that may wind up becoming a factor as we actually develop the mounts. Right.
Well, it's not entirely fitting from the radiator support brackets or whatever, so I'm gonna cut those off. Had to take the throttle body off as well to clear the lower control arm bracket, it looks like. So this, I might be wrong about this one, might not fit. Well, I mean, it's in here. Had to do some notching, and we need to do some more notching. There's obviously some clearance issues here and on the transmission side as well. But it's definitely doable. Only issue right here still is the hood clearance. Alright, so far we've gone through 4 cars. I think we've tried the EF/CRX chassis, the Insight chassis, the EG chassis, and the EK chassis. All of them, for the most part, require some sort of semi-extensive modification, except for the Insight, just not happening on that. But the rest of them, for the most part, is kind of just notching little things here or there. Assuming most of you guys that would end up doing this, probably going to be going full race car. You're not going to have any of the extra crap like AC and all that stuff, so it'll fit a lot easier for you guys. But they're trying to do like a straight bolt-in type thing, so hopefully you guys are getting some information out of it. I know I am. But it's lunchtime right now, so we're going to go to Whataburger, and see you guys there. We are back from lunch, and we're back in the shop trying to stuff this motor into other stuff. Taking a break on the Type R motor. We're going to try the L15 B7 and see what all this fits into. Next up is going to be the DC chassis.
It's an SI turbo. Oh yeah. In fact, look at the compressor wheel. The difference between the SI turbo and the EX turbo is the number of vanes. What winds up happening is because this has fewer vanes, it doesn't choke the turbo at as low an RPM. So what winds up happening is this makes it at 5,000 RPM, the torque drops off rather dramatically, actually even less than that. The torque drops off rather dramatically under 5,000 RPM. This one revs out a few hundred RPM more, and that's why it makes more horsepower. So this is an SI turbo and EX turbo. Externally, they look identical, but the difference is right there, that wheel.
DC 2 time. Your cloud grow.
Great base, y'all.
Shout out to Dylan, Vape God. Could you just imagine driving this thing? I mean, look at how tiny it is. I want to restore one of these. Excuse you. Alright, so we got the DC up on the lift right now. We're going to test fit the K20C1, the Type R motor first, and then we'll probably end up doing the L15B. L15B should more or likely fit just fine. It fit in the EG chassis with, like I said, little to hardly any extensive modification, and so the Type R motor. Like I said, we're just going to see that. We're going to do 2 live streams right now, though, so I'm going to set my camera down, and I guess I'll just update you guys when we find out what's going on. So the Type R motor did fit into the DC chassis. We had to kind of cut some stuff up, but the L15 motor fit perfectly. There was plenty of space left in there. All we had to do was take out the passenger side mount, but I think the L15 motor is going to be a more practical motor for people to do anyway, because I don't think people are going to want to spend $10,000+ on a Type R motor, plus the fab work and electronic work that goes into it. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, I mean, L15 is probably the better bet for you. But right now, we're just packing up, and I think we're going to go film some VTech Academy at Brian's house and do some more budget K-swap in the CRX and budget EG suspension setup.
Many months later.
So we just made it out to Brian's house. We just finished up some dinner. Oh, my car popped the check engine light for the first time. Code 10 for intake air temp sensor, so reset the ECU, hopefully be good. But just going to clear up some space in here. We were going to do an exhaust on Carter's car again, like you guys saw the last 2 times. It's
A third time.
Yeah, third time now.
Except that she's leaving, and so it's gonna be next time.
Yeah, so the exhaust will be next time. So we're doing some suspension on the Budget EG. And if you want to see the build of the Budget EG, Budget K-Swap EG, check out the VTech Academy YouTube channel. I lied. We're doing the Budget K-Swap and the CRX still, not the suspension. Easily frightened by loud noises.
It's just, my sensitive ears.
We'll probably go ahead and paint this with some weld-through primer. And that way, once we're done, we can just simply clean this up a little bit more, go buy some paint, the right color, and paint it up.
All right, so me and Robert are gonna get out of here. We called it a night early, and basically we just finished up the K-Series, or prepping the engine bay of the CRX or the K-Series swap a little bit more. I got the bracket drilled out and started prepping it for the new bracket to be welded in. But I'm gonna leave this outro short and sweet, so you guys already know what to do. And thank you, Brian, for having us over.
Anytime.
And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Perfect city, Mary, my American apparel, but to wear.